My name is Sarah Good. You may have heard of me. A beggar, a mumbler, a social outcast. But I was also a wife and a mother. And in the bitter cold of 1692, I became one of the first to be accused of witchcraft in Salem village. It all started so quietly with the strange afflictions of a few young girls. They writhed and screamed, claiming they were being tormented by specters. The village was gripped by a fear so palpable you could almost taste it on the winter air. They needed someone to blame, and my name, along with Sarah Osborne's and Tituba's, was the first to be whispered. I was an easy target, poor, homeless, and known for my sharp tongue when denied charity. I'd wander from house to house, my children in tow, begging for a crust of bread or a cup of milk. When turned away, I admit I would walk away muttering. But were those mutterings curses, or simply the desperate ramblings of a woman at her wit's end? The village chose to believe the former. During my examination, the magistrates, John Hathorne and Jonathan Corwin, pressed me relentlessly. The afflicted girls present in the courtroom would fall into fits whenever I so much as looked at them. "Sarah Good," they'd cry, "why do you torment these poor children?" I denied it, of course. I denied it with every fiber of my being. "I am falsely accused," I insisted, my voice shaking. I was no witch. I had made no pact with the devil. I had never hurt a soul. But my words were useless against the spectacle of the girls' convulsions. They claimed my specter flew around the meeting house, pinching and biting them. Every denial I made was twisted into proof of my guilt. They even turned my own 5-year-old daughter, Dorcas, against me. Under intense questioning, my poor, terrified child confessed that I was a witch and that I had a familiar, a little yellow bird that I sent to hurt the other children. Can you imagine? My own flesh and blood manipulated into condemning her mother to death. That broke a part of me that could never be mended. I was thrown into the squalor of Boston jail, chained and awaiting my fate. The hysteria in Salem only grew, like a monstrous fire consuming everything in its path. Neighbor turned against neighbor, friend against friend. The accusations spread, and the jails filled with respected church members, wealthy landowners, and anyone who dared to question the proceedings. My trial was a formality. The spectral evidence, the testimony of the afflicted, and my own daughter's coarse confession sealed my doom. On July 19th, 1692, I was taken by cart to Gallows Hill, along with 4 other women. As I stood on the gallows, the Reverend Nicholas Noyes urged me to confess. I looked him in the eye, my spirit unbroken, even in the face of death, and I told him, "I am no more a witch than you are a wizard, and if you take away my life, God will give you blood to drink." They say my words became a local legend, a curse that haunted Noyes until his dying day. I don't know about that. All I know is that I was an innocent woman, a victim of fear, religious extremism, and a community that lost its way. My story is a warning. It's a reminder of what can happen when reason is abandoned and hysteria is allowed to rule. Remember me, remember us, and do not let it happen again.